It's the SawCast, where real niggas speak that real shit on real topics every day. And I go by the name of Steve-O.
And I'm Mary. What the fuck it do, y'all? Another motherfucking weekend, another podcast. I said weekend. So I'm ready for the weekend. Okay?
Man.
This work week been real crazy. I'm ready to get the fuck. My voice down there gone. I'm ready to get the fuck. So we about to get into these topics, you know what I'm saying? Because it's been a couple weeks. Let's go, Steve-O. Number one, we just gonna get into it to get it out the way. It's been a couple of days since motherfuckers got smacked. Let's go ahead and just get this out the way. Okay?
Motherfuckers are a motherfucker.
A motherfucker got smacked. Will Smith smacked the fuck out of Chris Rock at the Oscars. The Academy Awards and the Oscars are the same thing, ain't it? You think it's weird? It
I'm
is.
about to say.
Yeah, it is.
I hope so.
I believe it is. I believe it. The Academy.
Yeah,
the Academy. When they talk about the Academy, they talk about
Academy
you know
Awards is where you win an Oscar.
Yeah, that's where you win an Oscar. So that's where he got smacked. Will Smith. I don't know. Well, actually, Chris Rock was telling a joke. Joking up on stage, he was finna present an award, I believe, and he said, "Oh, Jada, you can play G.I. Jane, and if you Google what G.I. Jane looks like, you will see that she doesn't have hair. Her head shaved." Will did not take kindly to that. Walked on stage. I don't think anybody was expecting him to do that. And smacked the fuck out of Chris Rock. And told him to stop. Just don't disrespect my wife or keep my wife's name out your mouth.
Motherfucking mouth.
Keep my wife's name out your motherfucking mouth. That's what he said. And you know, I feel like honestly. Oh, I forgot to mention this as well because I mean we heard it. We don't explain her topic, so let's explain it. Jada had recently came out and said that she had alopecia. So, no fault of her own, she's losing her hair. And that's probably a sensitive subject for her because if you looked at I've looked at a lot of Jada's interviews and being a black woman, she's talked about her hair and how she had to change it, relax it, do all types of crazy stuff to it because of her acting career and how she just wanted to always wear her hair out and curly. She liked it like natural, but she never could. They always wanted to manipulate it, and now she's at the point where she's losing it. So she's probably very, very like sensitive about her hair. She's probably been going through it, and I know she talks about it on Red Table Talk as well. And so I don't think that she thought that was funny. She probably was hurt about it. And you know, once a husband sees their wife hurt and another man is the cause of the disrespect, then that's what happens, or that's what I've seen happen. So, Steven, I'll let you go first. Do you think it was too much, or how do you feel about it? Do you think he was just telling jokes? It was warranted? It's a lot of like different opinions going around, and it's been a few days now. We can marinate on it from our initial reaction of it.
I don't know. I'm still internalizing everything.
Yeah.
Because it's a situation to where it was an impulsive action, but there's a lot of other factors in play, you know? Yes, it's a sensitive subject for his wife. We know that he's been plastered over the media for the relations that she had, why they were separated, or why they were in the open marriage part of their relationship. And then on top of that, he just played King Richard, which was Venus and Serena Williams' father, who was a protector. And also in the book, as we discussed off camera, is he felt like he struggled with that. You know, he had an internal struggle with being a protector. He didn't always feel that he always met the status quo of a protector per se. So all of that coming into play, and I still feel that a lot of times actors, when they're so great and when they do a good job at acting and they have and they do a good job at a role, then sometimes they still in character because they have to get back to normal life because it's routine for them. It's routine for them to continuously be that character, because you have to be that character. For them to be that character well, they have to be that character. So I still feel like it was that. It was his internal struggle. It's how he know his wife feels. And they already didn't have the best of relationships, him and Chris Rock, in the past anyway. So let's put that on wax, is that they really didn't have the best of relationships anyway. So with all that being said, all those emotions going through his head, he just went ahead and smacked the shit out of Chris Rock.
I feel like they're like you said, like over the last year, you niggas have been talking shit about Will Smith, and his wife saying that she embarrassed him and all that stuff, and y'all talking shit online behind y'all phones. Every time somebody see Will Smith, it's y'all are giving him the utmost respect on his dick, trying to fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? It's never a thing where nobody's disrespecting him. So the first time somebody disrespected him after everything that he had went through, all this bashing, all this crazy stuff, people talking about, oh, well, you gonna let that slide? You gonna let that slide? You gonna let August slide? You gonna do this and that? All that dumb stuff y'all was saying. Somebody gonna reach a breaking point, especially when you see somebody face to face, because the stuff that you say online can affect people for real. And when you say it in person, everybody ain't gonna react just like calm. Y'all all so used to Will just letting things slide, or y'all think he's letting things slide because y'all saying on the internet, not to his face. Y'all so used to him just turning the other cheek that, oh, now this is a big deal. You guys have been disgusting, has been saying the nastiest things about him and his family, because they try to be transparent about their relationship and help other couples. You guys are not in relationships. You guys are not married, never have been married that long, never had a massive amount of wealth, fame, and success and kept their family tight as a black family that long. So you would never understand what they're going through. Yet y'all still judge them, still talked about them, still... Oh, we y'all wonder for years what Will and Jada's relationship was like. As soon as they let y'all in there and actually told y'all the truth, told y'all some facts, and showed that you have to go through things as a couple to stick together, y'all talked about them bad and drug them through the mud. And now somebody said it in person, it was just too much to bear, and he snapped.
It was a whole lot. I feel like, and then he made the apology to where he apologized. He apologized at the award show, but he was very emotional, so he was saying...
Yeah, he apologized to Academy, not Chris Rock at the time.
Right, but he apologized to Chris Rock on his social.
Yeah, on his social later, yeah.
So, he does regret what he did, but I feel like a lot of times that we put ourselves on pedestals, and we act like people don't have emotion. People are not human. People don't react. And then
how many times do you have to go above the drama? You know what I'm saying? How many times do you have to be the bigger person? How many times do y'all expect people to do that before they snap? Especially a grown ass man with a family. How many times? And then, like Steven said, he was already in that King Richard mode, like in his head, like of protecting and, you know what I'm saying, dealing with, everything that they had to deal with, being two black girls, Serena Williams and Venus Williams, in the tennis sport, which is basically a predominantly white sport. And their dad protecting them, and he's already in that mode, and he did so good that he won the Oscar eventually. He won the Oscar later in the show. So, what do y'all expect? I feel like I don't think he regrets it at all. Like, I just think, like he said, he's a work in progress, and everybody is. I don't expect anybody to keep getting put down and keep getting talked shit about and not do nothing when somebody does it to their face. I don't see that happening, especially for a black man with a family. I just don't see it. So,
unrealistic expectations.
Yeah, I just feel like it was to me, it was some ignorant ass shit. Chris Rock is ignorant as fuck. I don't think he's funny, but I don't want us to mess up SawCast because I don't think he's funny. Steven might think he's funny, but Steven thinks he's funny. But I just feel like you put out a movie about black women in their hair, and we gonna sit up here and act like we don't know why Jada's bald. Like, we know why Jada's bald. She definitely has alopecia, or we don't know what could be going on behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that you, as a black man, had this movie about black women and what they have to go through in Hollywood with their hair, you know what I'm saying? And then to make a joke about it, I guess it was like, because you're a comedian. Everybody would be like, you're a comedian. But there are things comedians can talk about. Like, if there's a, if they're like doing a charity for domestic violence, they're not going to make jokes about domestic violence victims. Like, there's so many other things you can make a joke about. You know what I'm saying? Chappelle has, he has non-for-profits, and he's not making fun of the people that he, you know what I'm saying, that he does charity for. So why would y'all just let shit pass just because he's a comedian? Like, no, that's not cool. That's not cool. And he should know firsthand, basically watching that video, watching his movie that he made, listening to all these black women talk about it, that would hurt us. You know what I'm saying? That would hurt one of us to talk about our hair in that way on national television, on the stage. Y'all want to say, oh, some of y'all saying he needs to act different because he in front of white people, but it's on the black woman on TV. When are y'all going to protect us? Y'all just never going to protect us? It's never warranted. Y'all never see a reason to protect us. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to say, oh, Jada did this, Jada did that. It doesn't matter. Will is okay with that. You need to let it go. As a toxic masculine man, if this man say he okay with it and this is his wife, then he okay with it. Why are you mad about it still? Why do you feel like he should do something different? It's not your wife. It's not your family. So I just don't understand. It's weird to me. But yeah, he definitely got, to me, what he deserved. He should have got smacked in the mouth. Yeah, I'm all Aries. Everybody knows in my family I love to say I'm smacking motherfucker in the mouth. Because that's because when you smack somebody in the mouth, then they feel like they must have disrespected you on a different level for you to get there. So I'll leave it at that. But we try to get the Will thing out the way. Think we got it.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. They about to start issuing out male birth control to you niggas. When they're doing trials right now on mice.
Always mice, huh? Mice and monkeys, huh?
I don't know about monkeys no more. They don't do that.
Yeah, ever since they got let off on the freeway.
Well, the United States doesn't do animal testing, but other countries do, but they don't talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So they won't get outraged. But the United States doesn't do like that type of animal test. They do mice. But yeah, so when we found out that the birth control can made the mice sterile. Like, made the mice's sperm sterile to where they can't even, that sperm ain't gonna work. So if you take these birth control, they about to start testing on humans, but you might be sterile.
And they said supposedly it's 99% effective.
Yeah.
Supposedly. Yeah, he said a lot of shit.
If you use it right, but they said they had other forms of male birth control that cause male depression and, weight gain, all the stuff that birth control does. But this birth control is supposed to be not hormonal, so it's not supposed to change none of that. It's just supposed to, it's some science stuff, so I ain't gonna go too much into it, but basically it makes it so that you're sterile.
So it decreases the chances. It's basically like using a condom without a condom. No,
it makes it so like your sperm isn't able to produce a human, or
Yeah. Like using a condom without a condom.
Okay.
So, what I would say about
this, because condoms don't make you sterile.
They don't make you sterile.
Nah, you can still do something.
If the condom breaks, then that can happen.
I'm trying to think of what's similar to this. Spermicide. Spermicide. It's similar.
I feel like that's decent, because some people, if they in a relationship with a person or something like that now want to have kids.
Yeah.
Like, and they allergic to latex.
Yeah.
So they do get on birth control.
They said it's easier to have a vasectomy and get it reversed than it would be to have a hysterectomy. Is it hysterectomy? Holy. Don't quote me with
Right.
the
Right.
one.
Close. It's not close. Shit.
Hey.
Y'all know what we talking about.
Y'all know what we talking about, but it's easier for a male to, to reverse that, the permanent change, you know what I'm saying, that you need to make in order to not have kids than it would be for a woman. So, the doctors are saying that they really want to put this out because, a lot of the, pregnancy, process is related to the man and not the woman. So it makes more sense to sterilize the man than it would be to the woman. Which is what Ariel's been saying forever. You niggas are the reason why there are single kids out here, single mothers, and all that. That's y'all's fault.
It's gonna change the game, but that, I mean,
so hopefully
that's a
y'all be
two-way
responsible.
street though, ain't it? That's a two-way street though, right?
What?
Or if a person has a child, they decide to have that child, right?
I mean, the first decision to have a child is by the man, not the woman. The first decision to have a child is by the man. You nothing her. You make the first decision. That is why men have to pay child support, because it was your decision to have this child, not hers. It was yours. The second decision was hers. It was first yours, then it was hers. You cannot assume that a woman is going to want to get rid of a human being that she's growing just because you don't want it. Like, that's the way our emotions are set up. That's not how we think. We don't think logically. Logically would be, a man don't want it. You might be a single mom, blah, blah, blah. Don't have the kid. That's logical. All women ain't logical. We're not formed like that. We are formed emotional. It's a lot more emotional estrogen shit in us. So if we are growing a human being inside of us, we might feel, oh my God, I can't have no more. We just thinking a whole bunch of stuff that's making us emotional. So that's why we are going to go ahead and do it. So men are never going to understand why a woman would keep her kids if he doesn't want it, because he's logical. But a woman is emotional, so she's going to want to keep the seed that she's growing inside of her. So I don't understand why men can't understand that.
You just said it.
Oh, because they're not emotional.
Yeah, we're more logical.
But they know we emotional because they say it all the time.
Yeah, I mean, but like I said, it could change the game. And
yeah.
Like they said, it was 99% effective. People, if they're in a serious relationship but they don't want to have
kids. I know
kids,
rappers gonna be on it.
And people are allergic to latex. I say that personally, I would only test this out if and only if I was a single male years after the guinea pigs. So years after everybody started it, and then we hear these articles that come out, and then they do this all the time. The articles that come out and the people that say, "Oh, this happened and this happened," it's gonna happen to some people. Some things are gonna happen, and they're gonna wash it under the rug. They're gonna pay them lawsuit fees and all this and shit. And I want all of that to go past first. And if I'm still single by then I may give it a try.
He's not going.
I may give it a try. And
and
honestly, the men, honestly, men, let me talk to y'all brothers. If y'all know realistically that y'all not the type to really settle down or want children, or y'all want children with a specific woman and y'all have those children by a specific woman, I feel like it'll be a benefit. You could willy and nilly out here in this motherfucker and not even worry about it. But with this and changing the game, let's stay on them tests. And by tests, I mean let's get them doctor's visits. And let's get them 5-panel and 8-panel tests. Them 8-panel and 5-panel to test, and let's keep that. Let's make that a norm. So if we want to do the whole birth control thing as a man, and we want to willy nilly, and we want to raw dog it, well, let's go ahead and make sure that we testing and she getting tested, so that we can eliminate all of this. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like less diseases will be out there, because in the black community, we look at that as like, oh God, like testing, like we be like, what the fuck, like, is something wrong with me? Nah, it's just normal. Information,
men be spreading
information and education. Information and education. You know what I'm saying? So we need to be informed on our body. We need to know what's going on with what we got going on, because especially the ones of us that's out here and that's really out here, because not all of us is out here that's really out here. You feel me? Some of y'all motherfuckers is really out here. So go ahead and make that normal. You know what I'm saying? And then I feel like it would be beneficial then because you clean, she clean, and then you taking the birth control, and then y'all can have fun. Y'all can have fun.
Wow, that was a great explanation. Next. Okay, there's a new law coming in, I believe July 1st for open carry in Indiana. This means that you can go permitless and you can carry your gun without a permit in Indiana. Of course, there's stipulations. You can't be this, you can't be that, you can't be that. And you need to Google it and make sure. You're probably felon shit.
Yeah, it's well off the top of the head.
Like if you're eligible for a permit, you can carry without a permit after July 1st.
But one thing to think about that, too, is that with our gun permits in Indiana, some states do respect that as well. So that's a thing as well. I think that it's not a bad thing that we're easing up on a gun permit thing, because most people, when they're traveling for business or something, and they're not really needing to protect themselves in that way. Some people do, some people feel comfortable with that. So I would say getting your permit, and then make sure that you can lawfully carry your gun in another state that you in, or if not, your risk associated with it.
I think that I might have to go back and read this, but I think crime may have decreased in places that allowed it, and it's probably because if everybody know everybody's strapped, they ain't gonna try everybody. You know what I'm saying? If you in a place like New York, you could definitely try a nigga and he might not be strapped.
Right.
But in Texas, in Indiana, and Florida, you will get your issue. Okay, you will
clap at your ass, motherfuckers. Is ready.
You will.
It ain't your hands that they clapping with either. Goddamn. Shit.
It ain't booty either.
Nah. She ain't even got walk in with it too loud. That shit too loud. Hey, bring that shit back, man.
Not the too loud challenge.
That was short. I need some more videos on my timeline.
The too loud challenge was nice.
I need some more videos on my timeline. If y'all hear me, if y'all seeing this, tell whoever y'all got to put some more videos on my timeline, man. Right.
Period. Open carry, y'all.
Right.
So,
how
like
the fuck
I
they
said,
come from open carry?
Because I said the booty clapping.
Niggas crazy.
Anyways, next. Biden is going to allow 100,000 Ukrainians to seek refuge in America. You put this on the list, so what is exactly you want to talk about with this?
So, the thing is with this is, he has a plan to, there's various ways that they have for the Ukrainians to come over here. And then along with this, it was just things that kind of rippled off of this is why I wanted to talk about it. So they're planning on, supplying them with I think it's about $1 billion to $2 billion. And then like if they were to come over here, they said that they would give them like job opportunities and things like that. So they said that a lot of times when like things like Vietnam War and other wars that have happened and people have been seeking refuge, that it has been slightly a benefit for the economy because it's more diversion in the workforce. So I was like, that's decent. Whatever they say, anything that makes sense. But then also what I was thinking is I seen in one of the posts that I was looking at, they said about 11. They said we're gonna give roughly like 11 billion to like the global market because Ukraine, their big, that's what they were saying, approximately or supposedly that we're thinking about that to the global market because Ukraine produces a lot of wheat. So for like places over there like the Middle Eastern and all of the like Europe and things like that are connected to them, they're gonna hurt by they're gonna be hurt by that because they're not gonna be able to get that import into those countries.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I understand that. That makes sense. Trying to keep everything, keep the world economy more balanced. I was like, that's decent. But sometimes when you see things like that, you do think about home. You know, it's like, yeah, we're trying to help people out in the war, but America always wants to be a hero to those out there and not them in here. You know what I'm saying? Because we got.
I don't think that, but go ahead.
I think that.
I'm gonna let you do. I'm gonna let you do
that.
what you do.
I think that because we always. I know we want to keep relations and everything like that, and this and that, but. See, this motherfucker just said he was supposed to do the debt thing, the student loan debt. He ain't did shit but delay that shit, and now he giving these motherfuckers $12 billion and shit. This shit's crazy.
I feel like those.
What you made in 2006?
I feel like those don't have anything to do with each other. Motherfuckers always trying to bring two and two. We're two and don't two, and I just feel like the United States is the leader in the world. We are the we are a global leader in the world. So we have to push for peace. We are the country of freedom, supposedly for peace, supposedly for financial success, you know what I'm saying? In order to do that, as a leader, you have to empower the others, you know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like 11 billion is that much, and I feel like it's enough to where people are going to feel like we are helping out somebody else, but it's not enough to hurt us. And so I'm thinking student loans and erasing the student loans and stuff like that is probably going to have an effect on the economy that we probably can't bear right now. I don't know if that's the truth or I don't know nothing about it, but it's stuff that we as Americans don't know that I feel like, and that's some of the reasons why some of the decisions are being made. But the student loan thing, I ain't gonna lie, he definitely should have did that as soon as he got in office, and that's one of the primary reasons why we voted for him, and he knows that. And if he doesn't do that before he leaves, he's done on the next term. So I mean,
he's done regardless.
It is what it is.
He done regardless.
Americans are tired of him, both sides.
Fuck that.
They can really just, and we don't even care who. I feel like as an American,
as an
American who is paying a lot of taxes, we don't even care what side the next person who comes is. Like, just make sure that we're safe. Make sure that you do what you say you're gonna do, and make sure that we're taken care of, because we have a president who is not doing 100% what he said he's gonna do, and that's just not gonna fly with Americans, especially now that we all see that voting. A lot of minority groups are seeing that their vote actually matters. I think that's going to change the way. Like, we're not going to be having. I don't see in the future, and this is something that we can, we can come back to later.
Deliberate on.
No, I'm just saying, like, because SawCast, we predict the future, but I don't feel like we gonna have 8-term presidents no more with millennials and Gen Z. I feel like that's gonna be out of here. If you fuck up during those 4 years, you don't do what you say you're gonna do, you're out. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna keep dealing with y'all for 8 years. We're not for these gig 8 years no more. Honestly, I feel like that's out now.
Obama was probably the last one.
Yeah, I feel like he is.
He's gonna be the last one.
Because Trump didn't even go 8. We was like, what? Oh, you on one, you're out of here. Then I feel like Biden ain't really doing what he said he's gonna do for us, because you told us you were going to forgive our student loans. And that probably caused some people, Gen Z people, to go to college thinking you was going to help them with their student loans. But now they in debt. You ain't dealing with that. So, then you try to act like you was strict on COVID. But she was like, oh, everybody got to go to school. Right. Now, you know what I'm saying? All these damn Delta, this, and that. You know what I'm saying? I know he did his best. All I'm saying is, you didn't do everything that you said you're going to do. The most important thing for millennials was getting rid of our student loan debt. You fucked everybody. Your generation fucked us over. So the least y'all can do is at least help us. And this is not just like millennials. It's not just black millennials and minority millennials. It's white millennials. All millennials. We all need our student loans forgiven.
And I don't even, honestly, bro.
So
now I'm thinking about that at a later time. Why were we delusional to even think that he would really do that?
Because what do you mean? Why was we delusional?
We should have known.
Because he was taking back other stuff. Like,
we should have known.
He was saying, I'm not going to give all free healthcare. I'm going to give it, if you want your private, you can keep it private. And if you want it public, you can get public. You know what I'm saying? So we was thinking like, okay, that offsets the healthcare costs. You know what I'm saying? He was offsetting costs. So we like, okay, we probably do got some money to relieve our student loans. And he kept saying it. And then he was talking about
we were vaguely optimistic.
We was definitely optimistic, and we didn't have no other choice, to be honest, really, to be quite honest. We didn't have no other choice. And him and his vice president was saying they was going to forget student loans. Not just him. So once he got her, we like, oh, he agreed with all what she said. But
I think that was a power move anyway. That was a chess move. Him getting her on his team.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie, he is compared to some presidents doing stuff for black people. He really picked that Supreme Court Justice Katanji. We should put that on the list. We should talk about Katanji. We were gonna talk about Katanji. We take one of this shit out, but Katanji.
Take 20% off.
Katanji. I love you so much. Thank you for being you. You are overqualified for this position. You are the best person on the Supreme Court. You are that girl. And to see you have to be interviewed by all these white men and them asking you questions that don't have nothing to do with your job. And you being composed like that was us. That is a mirror of what I have to go through all the time as a black woman in a predominantly white industry. What she went through is what I have to go through on a daily basis. We have to smile, be feminine. It's really in the workplace because it really wasn't even an interview because she already had the job. Really, right. It's more so when you get in the workplace, it's all this. Are you racist and all this extra shit that don't even matter? Like I just want to do my job. My job is to look at a case and figure out which way we're gonna go. That's it. In every one of my cases, mostly. Probably 99.9%, I've done that. And everybody said I did that. Nobody has said I'm a bad person. I haven't got no bad reviews, nothing. My family's great, everything. But you still got to bring up shit that don't got nothing to do with shit. Y'all still we in the workplace bringing up shit that don't have nothing to do with the job. And because I'm a black woman, then I got to act like you're funny. I got to act like, oh, it doesn't offend me and all this extra stuff when it does. You know what I'm saying? I got to do what I got to do to get the money. But it's very fucking stressful to be overqualified for a position. A lot of positions I apply for, I'm way overqualified for. I have an IT degree, 4-year degree from IU, and I have a fucking MBA. Why are we going through this? I know how to do my job, and I probably can do your job too. All this extra stuff, you don't want to be nobody's friend at work or nothing like that. You just want to go home after work, do your job and go home. You can show that you're so good at your job. The statistics are there. The people are there. The references are there. But you still be coming to me, asking me shit that don't even fucking matter. For what? And then nobody calls you out on it. Nobody called them out on that. All these white men ask these stupid ass questions. Nobody caught them out on that. And she still had to keep her composure. And if she would have went off, she would have looked like a crazy ass black woman. She would have looked crazy. Oh, she's a crazy black woman. Oh my God. They was like, oh, she's somebody call her activist. She's an activist. She can't be a judge. Like, what? She never said nothing about. She literally said, I don't want nothing to do with none of that. I'm here to judge people, and that's it. Have I judged people properly? The whole law, the board of law, all that stuff said yes. We reviewed everything, everybody who she's ever even talked to. She's did practice all types of law more than anybody more than any white person, anybody, any male, black male, anything on the Supreme Court has ever did. And she still gotta go through that. It's stressful, and I felt it. And I was just like, shit's crazy. That's being a black woman. And it was very crazy. But I'm not surprised. And we go through it every day. This is what we go through every day, black men. Y'all want to say we masculine, but we got to keep on dealing with people like that all day trying to downplay us. And we up here. Then we got to come home to y'all, want us to be super ass feminine, do all this for you, that for you. Or if you don't, if you miss a day, then you texting another bitch. Like, it's stress. Probably the reason why she got a white husband. Nobody want to deal with that shit. So, yeah, I just had to shout her out and talk about her. Did you see anything about it?
What?
You wanted to say about Katanji?
I mean, you said a whole lot. I mean, it wasn't a whole lot else to say.
You know what I'm saying? I just felt it.
Yeah, you felt it.
Felt her.
You related to it more personally. So,
yeah, it's every day.
You got what you said, and I mean that was
every day.
I don't know if I could have said anything else. So
next. Jeffrey Epstein's 2 islands. They being sold for $125 million.
Yes.
Would you own an island? And if you did own an island, would it be Jeffrey Epstein's islands?
I don't know, because I feel like his islands be haunted.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like you looked at me and read my mind or some shit.
Like
that shit is haunted, nigga, with little kids.
I'm like,
hey, ain't no telling what type of contraptions on them islands, nigga.
Man, I'm like,
it might some jails on that island or something.
Right, when I even want that motherfucking island, like, but I would, like, that would be dope, though, to have an island, though, And I was thinking, like, if I had an island, I would purpose it for, multiple purposes. It would be for family vacations. People that I know, they could take business trips there. Friends of friends, associates of associates and things like that. It could be like a whole tourist thing, but it would have to always be somebody in the loop. Somebody that's connected to my string somehow. So I would make it money off of it, but I would also let it be, a getaway for family and friends as well. So, if I had like a family member or friends, or, we had to take a family trip, or somebody wanted to do a family wedding, and I'm like, hey, family wedding at the island, I would be multiple purpose. Oh, you want to have a wedding at the island, and it would be something, and I would streamline it as well. And I could also have like black families who would want to have weddings there, and I wouldn't just strictly make it just to black families, because I know other cultures and I know other ethnicities as well. So it could be, my white friends, my Hispanic friends, anybody else of any other, what I'm saying, like I said, ethnicities and races, whatever you want to call it, cultures, everything, to encompass all of that. So if somebody wanted to have other weddings there and they could afford it, boom.
You turn this into a damn event center.
I'm saying, because like if I had an
island, might as well make it a resort.
That's what it would be. I mean, you feel me? It would be something like that. It would come with a package if you needed. If you needed a photographer, if you needed, certain things, I would provide people with those things. But overall, it would normally just be a vacation spot for me when I needed it, for family members, friends. Could have family reunion there or something like. I would do something like that if I had an island. But his island, no, I don't want that. That should be
hunted. I don't want that island.
That should be hunted. That shit bad.
That's why it's $125 million.
Right.
It's not really expensive.
Nope.
For a whole island.
Out of there.
I would never buy that island. That is a haunted island. That island is cursed, probably. I
don't want that bullshit.
It's ghost. His ass is ghost probably on there. If he ain't on there his damn self. Because supposedly he died. Nobody see nobody. We ain't gonna go too much into that. But
right. We don't know nothing
about it. But at the end of the day,
and at the beginning of the day,
I ain't fuck with that island. Would I have on the island? Maybe. I don't think so, because I'm too. I don't know. I can't. I'm inconsistent where I wouldn't want to go to the same island all the time. I like to hippity hoppity skippity scoppity to all the different ones. So I don't think that I would want to be on the same island on the time.
So
if
you
you
went
do it
on
like
the
Steven,
one.
that makes sense where you make a resort and then you make money off of it. Okay, that's cool. But Mother Nature kind of unpredictable. You know what I'm saying? So you would definitely have to make sure that, you know, you have to put a lot of money into that island to make sure it's strong enough to withstand all the shit it's finna go through being in the middle of the water. And that's just something that I wouldn't want to invest in. I like to invest in things that are safe. So, if anything, I would invest in an event center in the middle of Indiana or in the middle of Texas, in the middle of Oklahoma.
I don't know about Oklahoma. Oklahoma had tornadoes. Right.
In the
More
middle,
like Indiana,
in the middle of Colorado, Wisconsin.
Indiana be safe.
Georgia,
they about to have a development.
North Carolina, something like that. I ain't doing nothing. I ain't doing nothing on the edge of the United States or just because I don't know nothing about it. If I grew up on like in Florida or something, if I grew up around water, then I probably would be more comfortable. But I just wouldn't be comfortable with owning something like that. So yeah. And we know Jess is haunty though. Okay, I don't want nothing to do with that.
Not fucking with D though.
All right, we can do Florida law that makes students take a financial literacy class before they graduate
high school.
So, Steven, do you think that that's a good idea?
I think the other 49 states should adapt that same practice. One being the fact that a lot of people are unprepared. No matter your class, a lot of times people are unprepared for that, So they go into adulthood being confused, I specifically the minority and underprivileged kids, because a lot of times they're not taught that. So I feel like that can be something that you get taught at school. So even if you're taught at home, you get another additional practice. That's always going to help. Financial literacy is the key to buying your freedom. And when I say freedom, I don't mean like, under the constitutional law. I mean like your time. Because the more time you have, the more free you are to do what you want to do and explore the ideas and thoughts and things that you want to do. So a lot of times that debt keeps you under this constant working, because you're like, I gotta pay this car off, I gotta pay this off, I gotta pay that off, and then you stuck in debt and you continuously have to work to pay things off, so you're not comfortable with doing things your way. You know what I'm saying? Because you always gotta work a job and stay at a job because that's what you have to do to pay this bill or pay that bill or pay some sort of debt or something like that. So I feel like it'll be definitely necessary. I feel like to make it a mandatory class, something that kids take and, and I feel like they can take that knowledge with them after high school as well. And it probably help them in going into college, if they go into college or going into whatever career field they go into.
I have a different take on it. I feel like it won't help kids unless they do it correctly. You know what I'm saying? So like when me and Steven was younger, we went to this black school. It's a black Christian school, and I learned a lot about money from them because they had our teacher, Miss Goder. Hey, Miss Goder. She had us do like a bank.
Shout out to Miss Goder.
Yeah, she had us basically like, if we had did things around the classroom, stuff like that, we would earn money, and then we could, put it in our bank accounts and save it, or we could buy things, and it was a lot of irresponsible kids who just, I guess it wasn't irresponsible. We were just learning, they was just like, hey, like, I'm trying to get these Skittles, like, like, I ain't saving this money for nothing. And then I was actually, I forgot which one of my, probably Desmond. Shout out to Desmond. Mm-hmm. Me and Desmond were the bankers. So, of course, we were, like, counting everybody's money, making sure, taking everybody's money, making sure that whoever wanted to save. We made sure that we kept track of everybody's money, and, made sure if somebody want to buy something, we were there to, take the money and stuff like that. But that made me learn about, made me retain the way money works early. So, you know, when you're a little kid, you don't know how to go to somebody at a grocery store and pay for something. That's something that's a big thing, you know, when you're a little kid. And so just knowing how to do that on my own just made me a little bit more, you know, self-sufficient and not having to ask my mom for everything. I could go to the gas station now, walk to the gas station with my friends and know what to do at the register, you know, or every dollar that I got, I wasn't ready to just spend it. I would save up to probably like 20 and then go spend it or something, you know, something like that. And shortly when I could, I hurry up and got a job, you know, and started, you know, paying for my own things. And so if I feel like it can be beneficial if they teach it correctly. Like in college also, we got like in order for you to get financial aid, you gotta take like this financial class. But you can really click through it and be through it. You're really not understanding what you're doing. You know, you're really not understanding the loans or anything like that. So it has to be in a way where they can retain the information and the knowledge. And that stuff that we want to do with Star Black Art, not-for-profit, is teach kids about that in a way that they can understand it and grasp it. And not necessarily, you know, this is a video and we're going to click through it and now you pass the financial literacy. You know what I'm saying? Which I feel like they fucking around and do, you know? But if it's done the correct way where they can actually engage in it, do things around the school, get money for it, and have people come in and talk to them about mortgages and what does a mortgage mean to you, you know, as a black kid. What does a mortgage mean? Because your mom probably might not even have a mortgage. So it's like, I don't even need to understand that. What's the benefits of having a house? You know, say, how would that help you in your life? You know, how would staying in school help you? Or what could you do other than stay in school and make a certain amount of money? That type of stuff will probably help them. So if they do it the right way, it'll work. But if they don't, no. So it'll just be another class you click through.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
yeah.
It's just the correct implementation could make
it could really help.
Could make it beneficial. So
yeah, because people was like, we didn't learn about mortgages and stuff in high school, and it's like, bitches, did you want to learn about mortgages in high school? Like, I mean, it would have been cool. But it's crazy. You know, it would have been cool if we got it and been able to understand it. But in high school, like, I don't think I would have been able to fully grasp what the fuck that shit meant.
You know what's crazy, though, is, like, in high school, I took a business course.
Yeah.
And I had, like, a ledger and shit, like.
Yeah.
And I had to keep up with that shit. And when I was in that
class.
We have
the same business teacher?
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah.
He was a little snarky, kind of
cool
motherfucker. Yeah, he was cool as fuck.
Yeah.
But he was kind of, you know,
I was
he
his
was like
teacher's assistant.
Yeah, he was decent. He
was cool.
But you had to keep you had a portfolio.
I'm saying though,
you had to literally keep a portfolio.
He's the reason why I wanted to do business and why.
That kind of made me like think about things a little differently, just even at that scale, and like even as a youngin, like I had got allowance and shit like that, and I used to save my allowance, and my parents didn't understand it. Like I would save my allowance and shit, and then one time one of them made a comment, was like what's going on? Like you selling drugs or something? I'm like, selling drugs? I'm like, just because. Because I had right. Because I had like $100 saved up. Because, you know, I wasn't spending it, you know what I'm saying? Or I would budget it correctly. Like, you know, I would go to the movies and, you know, I would spend only half the money.
Well, we was borrowing and his ass would charge us, if we borrow 20 from this nigga, he gonna charge us $25 for us to borrow $20.
Yeah.
So, you know, of course,
I would throw interest on there, too.
Ignorant interest. He was a loan shark. When we were younger, he was a loan shark.
Because that was money out of it. If I had $100 and you want to borrow $25, that's a fourth of my net worth.
And so what? You were never going to spend it anyways.
But still, the fact that it's not
he would just loan us.
The fact that it's not when you borrow from the bank.
He would loan. He was like a short term. What's it called? Payday loan. He was a payday loan dude. Like $20, you're giving me $25 back, like no less.
All right, 50, you give me 60.
You're giving me 60 back, and you're gonna give me 60 back in 7 days. You're like, what the fuck? So yeah.
So yeah, definitely. So I mean, if they can implement it the right way, because I do believe that his class that was beneficial.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because he made you
he
keep up with things, and then like you had like different scenarios, and so it's like in this scenario what do you have to do it, and I still feel like even with that, some people breathe past it and didn't understand. They didn't grasp the concept. They just took another course.
Who would touch it, touched, you know.
Who would touch is touch, and I still feel like I'm gonna be real. If it wasn't for that class, I don't know if I would be into financial literacy like I am. I don't know if I would care about the shit that I care about, like stock markets, budgets, teaching my people, that hey, just spending frivolously is not the way. You know what I'm saying? Do you have a savings? Do you have an emergency fund? Are you just accruing unnecessary consumer debt? I think that I wouldn't even be thinking like that if I didn't have a class like that in high school, because that started changing my mentality. And then as I got into college, I changed my mentality a little more because I actually could do more research. I learned how to do better research. I still work on research, because that's not my strongest suit, but it's one thing that I'm improving on and I'm getting better on. So yeah, I feel like if they, like you said, to your point though, if they do implement that right and correctly, then it could be beneficial. Yeah, it definitely to the students. Will be. And either way, as long as they implement it the right way, some students is gonna benefit off of it. So it's gonna help. So it's gonna help. Sure. So it's gonna help somebody. But people still gonna miss.
Yeah, so like you said, like that business teacher, he might be a reason why I really like the business. Cause I was just like, I loved that business class in high school. Like, that was my class. Like, I was really up in there getting straight A's in that class. I loved that class. Like, I knew I think that's what made me want to go to school for business. When I first went to school, I was supposed to go to school for business, and then I changed to IT. But I later went back for my MBA because I was like, nah, this is me. This is me. And so I went back for my MBA because I realized that going back for your master's of business, it goes so well right now with technology. So it's definitely a strong selling point when I'm going to these jobs. But yeah, it did teach you. It did teach you a lot about life and working and all that. And I think another thing. Remember we used to go to Exchange City.
No, Exchange City.
Yeah, it's actually on the same street that me and Steven live on, like a little bit farther down. But
it's crazy though. It's crazy. I don't think it's the same no more. I don't think. It's
no, but it was so far. You had to go in there. You had a family, or you got your life. You had a family and all that. And then we had a whole day field trip, like 8 hours. And we just running around.
Hey, I got a scenario.
Paying bills.
I was struggling, cuz.
You had to pay bills. You had to go to work. You had to do all the stuff, and it was so fun.
Don't let you have a child.
Day of stuff.
Don't let you have a child. Ooh,
yeah, you had to.
You gotta make a decision. They be like, make a decision. Do you want a car payment or do you want to pay for this car? And then you
raggedy car.
And then you pay for a raggedy car. And you gotta get maintenance. You be
that was
first thing you think is like, oh, maintenance.
So much, but I'm saying the way that they had taught us was like we was in it. You know what I'm saying? Like we had to go through these. And they just let us go. And so where you went was determined on your life. You know what I'm saying? Whew. We all came in together, but, and it's just like life. We all come in together. We all with each other in school. But then as soon as life happens, we got to go our separate ways because our situations are all different. So I really liked the Exchange City. It was like.
For sure, that was dope, man.
Yeah, so to me, that's an example of doing it the right way.
For sure.
Yeah. Next, Apple is working on a subscription service for its Apple products. Basically, you would pay a specific subscription fee every month, and you would get a new Apple phone. You would get Apple Care, and you would get, really everything you need, updates, all that stuff, for a fee once a month. So our question is, would you pay a fee for or a subscription fee in order for you to get new Apple products every time they come out, instead of paying $100 full price for an Apple product?
See, they haven't finalized the terms and conditions, so I don't know if it'll fully be worth it. Because does it encompass the accessories? That's the key factor, which you probably won't. You heard it here on the
No, it's
SawCast
definitely
first.
not.
It won't encompass the accessories because they make too much from them motherfuckers. But I wouldn't, because the path that I'm on right now, I'm on, especially a cell phone. I would just want to buy the phone outright. I don't want to do the whole you get a deal and you get a plan. If I get a deal and I get a plan, I'm paying for that phone immediately. I don't want to be dragging that phone out for 12 months, for 2 years, because that tax that they're going to hit you with, and you're going to be paying for that phone in a half. So either way, you're just going to be paying for buy one, get one half off. Usually that's how shit works. You just don't know that because they hit you with them interest rates, and you think, oh, it's a decent interest rate, but you don't think about it, because when they put you on plans and shit, you never think about the cost because you're just paying weekly, you paying monthly, bi-weekly or something like that. But that's what they usually get us on, the middle class or the lower class, even the upper class. They get us on subscriptions. But I do think they are ahead of their time with this, because they are actually ahead of their time as far as like technology companies goes, because the subscription era is already here. Netflix, you know, Hulu. You know what I'm saying? We got all these apps that we subscribe to already. So them being innovators, they're just like,
and like
that's working for
most
them.
of they
so let's
probably
put it
looked
for
at
us.
like the statistics of people who buy iPhones, and a lot of people who buy iPhones they break it out into payments on top of their phone service. So you're already sort of kind of paying a subscription for your iPhone already.
Right.
When you pay, you know what I'm saying, when you don't pay it outright, you pay it $40-$30 a month. You're already doing that.
$40 a month on top of your
and you're not
phone
you're
plan.
not getting Apple Care anyways.
Most
so
of the
this
times.
will be basically you doing the same thing, and you will get more benefits for doing what you're already doing. So it's really not that bad. I feel like I'm at the position in my life where I don't have to pay monthly anymore, so I wouldn't do it. And I don't really care about getting a new iPhone no more. I used to when I was younger. I don't give a fuck.
It was for about 5 years we get the newest one. Crazy.
Yeah, I don't even care no more. I make sure my mom has the newest one, but other than that, because she cares about that stuff.
Right.
Because she just, she started getting it probably like the last few, well, probably
3,
like
4,
probably 5, 6 years now. She probably did that now. Yeah.
Yeah, well, fine.
Yeah, because it's 2 years. It's every 2 years, so it's been probably like 6, 7 years. But I don't really care. I just want a phone that works, and I want an iPhone, but I don't really care if it's the newest one or not. So what I do is I use my phone till it messes up, which is probably 3 years. Then I go get the newest iPhone that comes out, and I'm going to start paying 100% cash for it. So I'm not into it. I don't care about Apple Care. I am Apple Care. Period.
But I do feel like it could be beneficial for people who want to stay in the loop.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are going to get it.
I know a lot of people going to get it.
Yeah, like, in the countries like Asia and stuff like that, or like China and stuff like that, they're definitely going to be the ones who like
first ones on that.
And it's going to be a lot of revenue for Apple. I feel like we think that Apple has a lot of money right now, but monthly to be getting like $750 million monthly, that's what I'm thinking. It's probably going to be $1 billion monthly.
Nah. That sounds like a good number.
Hey, if they
that sounds like a real good number, bro.
$1 billion monthly,
$750 million monthly.
Or
that sounds good,
$750 million monthly.
That
instead of getting $750 million quarterly, you will be getting $750 million a year, or $750 million for one iPhone, like the S, and you got the S, SE, S, blah blah blah. The one that's not that great probably makes $750 over this time span, or in the first few months that it's out. So you're able to make that in 1 month. So, if Apple does do this, their stocks is gonna go up for sure.
Yeah, their stocks is gonna go up. I feel like it's a power play.
Yeah.
I feel like they're ahead of their time, because once they do things, other people follow too, because they're a leader in their space. So Don't be surprised if we start seeing other things go to subscriptions. If Apple does this as well, initially people might be a little hesitant, as always.
But there's everything's a subscription. Like Microsoft been doing subscriptions before Apple, so they're not going to ever be the first. Microsoft does Windows, all like Windows as a subscription. Yeah, they do. True. So their iOS is a subscription already, and their the system. Windows is operating system. So their operating system is subscription based, and their apps are subscription based. So when you buy a MacBook, you automatically get all of those apps. But when you buy a Windows computer, you gotta buy those apps. You gotta subscribe to the subscription in order to get those apps. Yeah. So they've been on that. So of course Apple's just following suit. I don't feel like they not trendsetters. They just following suit.
Well, now that you say that, yeah.
Yeah, because if Windows
correction on to what
because if Android had the market share for phones like Apple did, they would have been had them on subscriptions. They would have had their asses on subscription long ago, but they can't do that because they don't have the market.
Well, aren't they with Windows though?
Who?
The Androids.
Yeah.
So that's why they don't have to because Windows already has products.
Right. But still, they would do phone subscriptions if they had the market share in phones. It's phone revenue, like the revenue market share in phones, but they don't.
Yeah, you're right.
Apple do, so what can you do?
Yeah, there you go. So if you see it coming up with,
we told y'all
the benefits.
Apple subscription.
We told y'all why y'all could get it, why y'all might not should get it, depending on how you feel. You know, you heard what we said. So yeah. Just go based off of how you feel, because it could be beneficial.
If you a nigga who like the new iPhone, just like they try to basically make like a lease. If you want the new 2022 Charger, you gonna lease that motherfucker. This is the same thing what they're doing with the iPhones. If you want the 2022 iPhone, the 25, 26, you already gonna be able to get it. You just gotta probably turn in your other one, get a new one. It's basically a lease. So if you want that, that's cool. If you cool with buying your cars, like your cars outright, when you get like a 2014, like I got, and then pay your shit off and then just be living with it, and you cool with not having like a 2022, then pay your shit outright. It just depends on what you want to do and your financial goals and stuff like that.
So it's gonna make sense for some of y'all out there. So we just put that in y'all ear so y'all can be ready for that, so y'all can think about that. And then for y'all, like she said, for y'all that it's not gonna make sense to, y'all gonna keep doing what y'all doing. But I mean, it's interesting to think. And then cool. I believe that other services, other phones or other services are gonna I'm not just gonna say phones. Other companies are probably gonna do this. I mean, we got a grocery shopping. What are they called? Costco and Sam's Club. That's subscription based. Like I feel like a lot of things are subscription based. Like so, it's just another thing that's gonna be in that ecosystem. So other things might follow suit. I could see even like car maintenance programs being like subscription based. That could be another one.
They do. They basically got insurance for just car maintenance.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So I mean, like
they have insurance for car maintenance. Subscription based.
It's not too much that ain't subscription based. You know what I'm saying?
Right, Adobe subscription based. Everything is subscription based.
Right. So they just getting in where they fit in, and shit. I can even see. Ooh, you know what? One that I'm thinking about. I mean, you got flight miles and stuff like that, but they can fuck around and have a subscription.
I think they might have something like that already.
Similar.
Yeah.
Similar.
Yeah.
Well, hey, there you go.
There's programs that you can do that.
So if you are a Apple user, look for this within the next year or so. I'm pretty sure they're going to finalize it.
Cool. All right, next. Tyler Perry said he uses the Madea voice when he's during intimacy. Tyler Perry, you are a sick motherfucker, okay? I love you, Tyler Perry, because you really is a smart dude. Woo! I ain't gonna lie, Tyler Perry, I really love you. You was a smart dude. You was a billionaire. You was a dude. You was that dude. You was that dude. But you really be doing that when you having sex, talking like Madea? Who you fucking? To where they like, that's cool.
It's not just say who you fucking.
To where, like, if I'm fucking a nigga, he did a Madea voice. I would completely be out of whack of what we're fucking doing. Like, I can't even concentrate. Pussy dry immediately.
Hello, pussy.
What the fuck? You're crazy. Don't do it again.
Hey,
if you're
but
fucking
wait,
bitches and doing that, you just what?
Is he in character too? Is he staying? He been doing that character for a decade.
I don't give a fuck.
For more than a decade.
You're
now.
not a bitch with big titties.
For more than 10 years, he been doing that. So is he stuck in that? So sometime when he come home, he might just want to Madea the coochie. He might just want to Madea the coochie.
Ain't nobody the Madea the coochie.
He gonna hello the coochie.
No, not no coochie. Tyler, you might expose yourself, bro.
Yeah, I think
because only people who gonna be cool with you doing that voice is probably men, and I don't think women are gonna be okay with you doing my auntie sound like my auntie while we fucking. Like, that's just gonna take me completely the fuck out of fucking, like, that's completely gonna take me out of it. Like, how am I gonna concentrate on having sex after you just talk like my elder auntie, like, while we were fucking? Like, that's crazy.
I don't know. He could be a bisexual boy.
He gotta be.
Possibly.
Only men are gonna be okay with that.
I'm like, the voice. I'm like,
only men can keep fucking after some shit weird shit happen. Only men can keep fucking after weird shit happen. Women cannot do it. Shit will take us out of whack. Like, it could be anything. If we hear a noise, y'all can keep.
I think
if y'all hear a noise, y'all be like, y'all keep going.
I think he accidentally.
We gonna be like, well, stop. What's going on? You know what I'm saying?
I think he accidentally.
Ain't no accidentally.
Don't say accidentally said that, like, admitted to that. Cause, like, he was on, like,
they asked him.
They did, but he was on a lot of checker. He was on a lot of checker, but it was like.
It didn't look uncomfortable for him. We thought that shit was funny.
He did think it was funny. Because he was laughing about it.
Tyler, I love you. And what you do in your bedroom ain't my business, so I really hope you still fuck with us. Because we love you, but you crazy. Like,
man, you know, a lot of them motherfuckers.
But everybody got
different.
kinks.
All them motherfuckers is different.
Y'all niggas be having kinks, especially the niggas who got billions of dollars.
Yeah, they different. Them motherfuckers with billions of dollars is different. So he
can really get he can really get anybody to do anything he want them to do. So
yeah, cause a lot of y'all motherfuckers, y'all be hibbity for lessity, goddamn it, for lessity.
What y'all doing shit for 1,000? For 40,
1,000?
For 40 and that.
I'm about to say 1,000. They ain't even.
Hey, I heard on Facebook, motherfuckers was showing they Santis for $14. And somebody said, but why this dude say? Subscription. The dude said, who am I paying y'all $14 to see y'all pussy? I said, damn, you said that too much for y'all, for somebody to be. Tyler, you got us on some other shit.
He said, motherfuckers went there.
He wouldn't dare pay you $14 to see nothing you got going on.
See a Pusanti.
I can get in free at $10 strip club, see something. But that's what I be saying. It's different when you seeing the pussy that you want to see. That's different.
Shit, OnlyFans
be seeing 20. A random one.
OnlyFans be like 20.
It's 10 a month, ain't it? For some of them.
10, 20 a month.
Free trial.
I'll be like.
Is that still popping?
It's something.
Them they're underground again, like we've been saying that shit. But that shit be underground though, you know. No, you know, like sex work and stuff like that. That shit be on the low.
Sex work is on the low, but
that's sex work too.
Necessarily.
Yes, it is sex work.
No, I ain't saying that it's not. That it's not, you know, sexually orientated. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I'm saying it's not like sexually related. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's not sex work. It's not sex, whatever related. But I'm saying that. I don't know. Is it underground if they posting it on their socials?
Man, Twitter is...
Not even Twitter.
Pusintas.
Snapchat. No, Twitter's different.
Snapchat's the same.
Twitter's porn.
Snapchat's the same.
Twitter's porn.
Snapchat's...
Put it out there. Whatever you want to see.
Snapchat's the same where...
If you go on Twitter at the wrong time or the right motherfucker...
It don't matter what time you go on Twitter.
Sometimes, like, I don't ever honestly...
No, because I don't see it either. It really be, like, past 10 o'clock. And but I don't be on Twitter.
Past 10 o'clock.
I ain't been on Twitter.
Past 10 o'clock are that right follower.
Past 10 o'clock or early in the morning.
Yeah, because some motherfucker, I'm like, y'all waking up on that shit.
Waking up
liking
on
posts and shit. Get your horny ass on.
That's how be in the morning.
Radio God, they ready for to see the Pooh Sands in the
waking up ready
shit.
to get it popping.
Man, I'm like, damn.
I'm like, you can get it popping without us all knowing you trying to get it popping. It's like niggas don't understand the concept of not liking shit. Y'all don't have to like nothing. Y'all can look at stuff. You can watch the whole video on Twitter. I'm pretty sure girls watch porn on Twitter all the time. They don't fucking like
but
it.
Y'all got more control though.
Y'all always liking shit.
So I can't agree with you on that.
All right, let's go. Okay, that was a fun segment, but this gonna get a little dark. For sure. RIP to the young lady in St. Louis who accidentally shot herself after she shot her cousin. RIP to them.
Rest in peace.
So, in my perspective, I feel like I would have had to do the same thing. And that's dark as fuck. If I shot my cousin in the head on accident, how the fuck am I gonna live with myself? My family gonna hate me. I ain't gonna have no family. My family gonna hate me. Probably gonna go to jail. Gonna think about my cousin for the rest of my life. I shot my cousin, killed my cousin. How can you get past that? I don't know. I just feel like I don't feel like she should have done that, but I feel like I would have done that if I was in that situation. But I'm talking about a situation I ain't never even been in, not even finna be around no guns like that, not even finna be doing all that. Never. When I've seen guns when I was little, been around guns, stuff like that, I never had the urge to pick it up and do nothing with it, you know? So, you know, but I see it was just like a split moment's reaction, and she killed herself because she probably was like, well, I mean, what the fuck was she gonna do if she was alive and her cousin was dead? If everybody was there, it looked like the whole family was in that bitch. I don't know, but RIP to her and her cousin. That shit is unfortunate. Black people, we gotta do a better job of hiding weapons from our kids. It's been a lot of situations personally for us that we know of with our family members who have got contact of other people's weapons. And ain't no telling what could have happened, you know? And so I just feel like us as black people, and the fact that we just bring this full circle, it's going to be permitless carry up in this bitch. Make sure that everything is safe around you so that your kids, this don't happen to your kids or your family members. And I'm going to let you go ahead, Steven.
Education. So I feel like whatever I am starting to see more black people, black men is what I'm seeing. I haven't seen any black women, so you know I'm not trying to shade any black women. If y'all are doing y'all thing with the like gun safety and everything like that, and I am seeing more black men actually, you know, having gun classes and having gun safety classes and things like that. But I will say this, like, if you know for a fact that you have a gun and you have any children around, we got to start teaching our children about gun safety. We got to start teaching our children, like, hey, this is dangerous. This is not a movie. This is not a game.
Or teaching them about it, you know?
Right. This is not a movie. This is not a game.
Maybe that should be something that y'all put in schools. Y'all want to put all this stuff about, you know, gender and all that stuff in schools, which we don't have no opinions on that. It's more so like maybe we should put stuff that is in the laws in the school, like guns.
I feel like this.
Maybe we should have a class for seniors about guns.
Possibly, but I feel like that starts in the house because before they even get to the senior level, you should teach them. If there's a gun in the house, you should let them know, hey, this is dangerous. This is what this is. This is a clip. This is a round. This is the trigger. This is what happens when you pull the trigger. The gun goes off, and you can kill somebody. You can literally take somebody's life. They need to know the severity of their actions because a lot of times it's playful. They see it as a prop in a movie. They see it as a prop in a video, so they don't know the severity of it. So I believe that if you have a gun in the house, you should have it securely, safely put away, and also you should teach kids about the gun. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe that there's that like 10, 11 is too early of an age to teach kids. They learn. Kids learn. They learn well, and they pick up things in their earlier years. So I feel like that if there's a gun in the house, we should teach that gun safety. We should let them know what it's about, and so that they already have that in their head, so that it's not just new to them, so that they're not so uncomfortable with things like that. Like, yes, RIP to them, but as people, as adults that have children in the house, we need to safely secure our weapons and teach our children about those weapons, because I see this happening too frequently. Like, I know we don't hear about every time that this happens, but I do see it happening. I'm like, damn, like we need some education on this. Like, I know some kids are going to be curious and things like that, but you have to teach them because they're going to see it. It's going to be some bad little kid or somebody who's going to show them a video, or they're going to see a video with a gun in it or something like that. And you have to be the one to teach them. Like, we have to educate the younger generation, and we have to educate the younger folks even more now, because the flow of information is so vast now, and it's so quick now, and it comes to them at such a younger age that whatever age you think that they competent at, start teaching them at that competent age. So certain things are to be taught at different ages, depending on your comfort level and depending on how you feel about that child. But we got to start teaching them about certain things in life, because it's just going to prepare them for life. It's going to help them survive in life. You know what I'm saying? Because if she knew about the gun, she wouldn't have had her hand on the trigger. She wouldn't even had the gun in her hand, because she know that's dangerous. She know there's a drum under there, and she know there's a whole lot of rounds under there, and she knows that if she plays with this gun around her cousin, she can potentially kill him. So, education. I'm sad to see that. That does make me sad. I believe that this is a learning lesson. We should educate our children and educate other children. You know what I'm saying? And I see this in other communities happening. They educate their children. They have them at gun ranges. They teach them the severity of what a weapon can do. And I just believe that that's something that we need to do in the black community that I don't see enough of, that needs to be more practiced. And I do see some people doing it, and shout out to y'all that's doing it. So, that's my stance.
And I feel like you said everything you need to say. Shit. Thank y'all for listening to the SawCast.
We appreciate it. Y'all
appreciate y'all.
Hey, y'all ran that last one up to about 100.
Y'all really ran it up.
100 and something now. Right.
We dancing today. That's right.
Right. That's why we dancing today. We got that one today. Because y'all didn't ran it up.
Thank y'all so much for listening, subscribing, sharing, liking, and everything. Y'all really helped us get past the 100 on our last episode. We want to really thank y'all for really fucking with us. Like, we really had a good episode last time, and y'all just don't know what we went through to get to that. But we want to thank all of y'all. Shout out to Devo, and
Devo.
I appreciate y'all. Like, thank y'all for fucking with us, and we'll see y'all soon.
Deuces.
You about to say, what the fuck you say, B? I don't know what the fuck I said.
Hey, I don't know if